Welcome back to the Quick Daily Ministry with Devin. This is number 11. And yesterday was a close call. I had to make a super quick version of my uh, going over the daily reading. But the original video that I recorded went up 2 hours after 12 o'clock. So, like, what, 1 o'clock? So, hey, at least the streak's still going, though. Technically, the streak's still going. So, you can't lie. I completed day 10. But if you want to just see the full day 10 video, just make sure you go check it out. But today we are in Genesis chapter 29, 30 through 31. It's super long chapters, so this video is going to be kind of long, but I'm going to try to cut it down as much as I can because, you know, it's not that crazy. I mean, that actually is crazy. It's a reality show with Jacob because Jacob is just a ladies' man. I'm just gonna, but his life is kind of crazy. But he is in. All right, so after Joseph was born, Jacob told Laban, the father of Rachel and Leah, to release me so I can go home to my country and let me take my wives and my children, for I have earned them by serving you for 20 years. Remember this. For 20 years, and how hard I worked for you, he said, I become wealthy for where the Lord. Laban replied to Jacob, saying, I have become wealthy for the Lord has blessed me because of you. Tell me how much I owe you and all this stuff. Jacob replied, uh, the Lord has blessed me through everything I've done, but what now? When can I start providing for my own family? He said, what wages do you want again? And that's what Laban said. Jacob replied, don't give me anything, and I'll continue to watch over your flock. Just let me inspect your flock, and I'll take all the sheep and goats that are speckled or spotted, along with all the black sheep. Give me these to me as my wages. In the future, when you check on the animals you have given me as my wages, you'll see that I'm honest, and you'll find them speckled or spotted. Anyways, that's not speckled or spotted, and you'll know that I've stolen from you. All right, yada yada yada. Jacob took some fresh branches from poplar, almond, and plane trees, peeled off the strips and bark, making white streaks of them. Then he placed these peeled branches in the water troughs where the flocks came to drink, for that was where they mated and all this stuff. Whenever the stronger females were ready to mate, Jacob would place some peeled branches in the water troughs in front of them, then they would mate in front of the branches. But he didn't do that with the weaker ones. So, yeah, as a result, Jacob became very wealthy with large flocks of sheep and goats, female and male servants, and many camels and donkeys. So Jacob learned that Laban's son, I don't know why I said Lebanon, that's a city nearby, but in my area, not in the Bible. But Jacob soon learned that Laban's sons were super mad at him because he was like, he robbed our father from everything. He's gained all his wealth at our father's expense, and Jacob began to notice a change in Laban's attitude towards him. Then the Lord said to Jacob, return to your land of your fathers and grandfathers, into your relatives there, and I'll be with you. So Jacob called Rachel and Leah out to the field. He told them that I see the attitude change towards your father has to me all of a sudden. But the God has been with me. You know how hard I have worked for your father, but he has cheated me, changing my wages 10 times. In 20 years, 10 times. But God has not allowed me to do him any harm, for if he has said the speckled animals will be your wages, God has taken. Yeah, okay. So one time during the mating season. Alright, so. Alright. Okay. Yeah, so that just goes on with him talking about a dream that he had, but God was in there telling him all this stuff. And then they said, Rachel and Leah said, that's fine with us. We won't inherit any of our father's wealth anyway. He reduced us to foreign women, his own daughters to foreign women, and after he sold them. And he wasted the money that he paid for them for 7 years. Remember, in total, 14 years for both of them. They have to be a package. All the wealth God has given you from our father legally belongs to us and our children. So go ahead and do whatever God has told you. So Jacob took his wives and his children on the camels and drove them all his livestock. What is it called? Yeah, drove all his livestock back to Yeah, okay, so he took all his possessions with him, with his wife and his children, wives and his children, and crossed the Euphrates River, heading for the hill country of Gilead. I don't know how to say that. 3 days later, Laban was told Jacob was fled, so he gathered a group of relatives. But the previous night, God warned him and said, "I'm warning you, leave Jacob alone." Laban caught up to Jacob, and oh yeah, also before that, Rachel took what is it called? Rachel stole her father's idols and took them with her. So Rachel was being a little savage for some reason. But Laban caught up to him. He's like, "How dare you drag my daughters away like this, prisoners of war? Why did you slip away secretly? Why did you deceive me? And why didn't you say you wanted to leave? He been told you wanted to leave. He said he needed to go back. Why didn't you deceive me like this? And I would give you a farewell feast, singing music. Yeah, it was gonna be a freaking murder. Why didn't you let me kiss my daughters and grandchildren and tell them goodbye? You've acted very foolish. I could destroy you right now, but the God of your father appeared to me last night and warned me, leave Jacob alone. I can understand the feelings you must go and your intense longing for your father's home, but you have stolen my gods." And Jacob was like, "I thought you'd take your daughters from me by force, but as you your gods, see if anyone that's taken them, the person that's taken them die. Who has taken them, let that person die." But he didn't even know Rachel had stolen them. Laban went into Jacob's tent, found nothing. Went into Leah's tent, found nothing. The two servants' wives. Okay, so he took the wives also, the servants' wives, because they are children. I mean, mothers of Jacob's children, because they were using them as well to have children with Jacob. But uh, he found nothing in their tents also. Finally, he went into Rachel's tent. Rachel had taken the household items, but she was hiding in her camel's saddle, and she was sitting on them. But he couldn't find anything in her tent. She told her father, "Please, sir, forgive me, but I can't get up. I'm having my monthly period." Super smart excuse. So Lebanon continued to search, but he couldn't find anything. Then Jacob became very angry and went over the 20-year speech. Carrying your flock, never miscarried. In all those years, I've never used a ram of yours for food. If any attacked and killed by a wild animal, I never showed you the carcass and asked to reduce the count of your flock, taking the loss myself. You made me pay for every stolen animal, whether it was taken in broad daylight or in the dark of night. Working for you for, what is it called? In the scorching heat of day, through sleepless nights. Yes, for 20 years I was a slave in your home. And then they made a treaty. They had a feast over it. They made a covenant talking about, what is it called? If you mistreat my daughters or marry another wife, God will see it, and even if no one else does, he is a witness of this covenant between us. And then Laban continues saying, "See this pile of stones and this monument I set between us. They stand between us as witnesses of our vows. I will never pass this pile of stones to harm you, and you must never pass these stones to harm me." And then they made the agreement, and they made the oaths also. They said their oaths, and that's it. That was a super quick rundown. It didn't even feel like 8 minutes so far, but I hope you enjoyed this. It was super fun. I'm trying to upload now whenever I first wake up, so we don't have an issue like last night how we did. But I hope you have a blessed day. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. You were made in God's image. God has been there before. You're going through your trials currently. He knows that you got this with him. And if God is silent, just know that you're in a trial and the teacher is quiet when taking the test. So always remember those 4 things. I'm going to try to think of more things. But make sure to go check out my TikTok if you're not from TikTok. It should be Quick Daily Ministries with DM, or it might have changed at the time you're seeing this. It's going to be Brief Blessings. I know it's super good when my brother set me up with that. But I hope you have a blessed day. And always remember God loves you. Peace.